Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today we've got a map from a creator who we've done 3 times in the past, episodes 1191, 1263 and 1335, where they got 11, then 13, then 12 stars, so an accomplished, established creator. Today's map has given me a huge headache. A huge headache. Now, make your own decisions. Don't go entirely off of this map review, because the map review is flawed today. But I've spent a heck of a lot of time trying to get it to work. I've reloaded this map I think about 11 times in the end. A couple of those times were down to my own stupid error. As you get into a panic and a stress, you start making mistakes. 2 or 3 times were down to me. And a lot of the other times was me trying to fix the problems and try and resolve the problems and trying to work out what the problems actually were. You may not have any problems, but I did. But you won't have any problems with BonBonBingo. That won't let you down. Link is in the description. And of course, if you're around and you've got nothing better to do, you might as well. Daily reminder. That's right, hitting that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Oxbridge Regis by Uncle Ron. Okay, Uncle Ron, good to have you back. Loved some of your previous work. Probably would love this one if it was definitely working. There's your start square. Start square, even in this not quite working version, it looks fine. It does. Terrain heights, it's flat. It is flat and very Anglo. And then the resources look like such. Bit of field painting, but certainly in the way that you can make use of certain areas. Plenty of forestry too. Sunset Harbour, if you have it and you want to do some fishing, your fishing map looks like this. Not really very exciting, but doesn't always have to be. Off to the workshop. Right, you're going to need mass transit and industries on today's map. Both of those I have definitely got active, because people are going to say, well, maybe a problem is this and maybe a problem is that, and maybe a problem was something else. A nicely written description, shout outs to the person who gave the idea for the map and so forth, and then one-click collections. Now there are 2 versions of the map. There's a detailed version and a light version. The light version just requires this one-click collection, which is not entirely light, but as you can see, I've got all of this subscribed to as well. And then there is an additional one-click collection for those of you that want to go the extra mile. Now, I've got all of these things. Tree Anarchy. Now, Tree Anarchy was, for me, the big problem. You see, if you use Tree Anarchy, I find, on this map, it's broken, as you'll see in a moment. I switched over to the Unlimited Tree mod and make sure that we have got the maximum amount. I don't have any problem with. I've got the power to have unlimited trees. And so, yes, we have got the Unlimited Tree mod in place instead, and it meant that the map loaded fine. So, Tree Anarchy breaks the map. Here's what happens with Tree Anarchy. This was definitely Tree Anarchy. I switched over to the Unlimited Tree mod, and this instantly fixed this little problem. So, there is one thing that you should be doing. But beyond that, the map is still, Uncle Ron will tell you, broken. Compared to the screenshots, this is less than glorious. And one little thing that was in the description that tells me that this map is definitely lacking something was, it says that this map has 1.1 million trees. We've got here about 0.1 million trees, so the map is missing about 1 million trees, which makes me think it's still something to do with Tree Anarchy or the Unlimited Tree mod. I'll show you a bit later on that the Unlimited Tree mod I have got active, and it is showing for up to 2 million trees at the moment. So there's no reason why these trees shouldn't appear. But on top of that, I feel there's a whole bunch of props that are missing, which we will see later on the flyover. Now, This has been play tested by, amongst others, Domi, who is an accomplished creator themselves, Turtle as well. Has had a look at it, and there are a couple of comments on the workshop, and neither one of them seem to be complaining about the missing trees. So it's possibly just me, but by the time I finished recording this show and rendering it and uploaded it, it was going to be getting on towards about 6 hours, I feel. Nice looking roundabout here. And yeah, left-hand drive will make sure that these are actually pointing in the right direction. If you have it set to right-hand drive, those will be pointing in the wrong direction. So just be wary of that one. And also, we've got the intersection marking tool. Not quite sure why we've got some gaps in the roads here. These areas should, in my mind, have some intersection markings just to join the lines up, basically. So yeah, it's probably an exceptional map. Probably. Looking at the screenshots, all the screenshots are really lush and just make you want to play the map. What I'm looking at here, if I didn't know that everything was missing, I would say this was fine. In fact, given that we've got a million trees missing, it still feels that we look okay. It looks like it's been, shall we say, hang on, the next intersection here. Let's have a quick look at this one. This one looks pretty neat as well. Nice intersection markings on there. Another elevator roundabout. All very Anglo, these roundabouts. Although I feel that a true Anglo roundabout, and nice pillars as well. A true Anglo roundabout would be slightly rounder, I feel, in these elevators, from the ones that I've personally driven over myself anyway. A more oval, possibly. Right, okay, we've got plenty of country roads and country lanes on the map, and the map is, in terms of, is it broken or not? Well, there's no missing roads away. These country lanes do bring you right into the start square. It might take you a little while to get your traffic down here because they've got a long way to come. This is the way. Well, one of two ways into the start square. Plus, we do have rail in the start square as well, which is a neat addition for that nice country railway station. But yeah, I'm sure the start square is a lot more exciting than what we're seeing here. But this is it. This is it. On the plus side, it means that you have got the ability to be super creative. But I feel there's missing networks here as well. Do you think it looks like? Does it not look like there's missing networks? I would say. I don't know what's wrong. I do not know what's wrong. We'll take a left. The right takes us across the map via country lanes. We'll get back onto the highway and more nice intersections. But yeah, what have I tried doing? Well, first of all, check loading screen mods. I've got the extended error reporting mod, which is what pointed out the problem with Tree Anarchy. I have, oh crumbs, what have I done? I'd say 2 or 3 restarts because of left-hand drive. Oh, I like the way that the rail then goes into sort of like a bridle way where the rail is being removed and it's now a walkable path, which is a nice little touch. Again, it's probably an even nicer touch than what we're seeing there because of missing assets and stuff. We've got back to the roundabout here. Now, we've got no controller today. It's being used. Why? I'm not sure we haven't grabbed some of these nodes and just widened them just a little bit to how much shall we widen this one? A bit, probably double that. Now let me be a bit more brash with this one. So pull this back a bit more. There we go. So I feel, yeah, if we're subscribing to no controller for this map, just widen it because these are roundabouts. I mean, this is a heck of a sharp turning to turn out and onto the roundabout. I mean, we do have them. But I don't feel that all of the roads joining onto that roundabout would be sharp and tight. But again, some really nice lane merging here. It does feel Anglo. It does feel very, very south of England, and it's what the intention is for a south of England map. But yeah, I don't know. I literally do not know. I spent hours trying to work it out, trying to fix. Took me too long to actually get the map to load in full stop. Normally with the game breaking like that, it's quite often missing network. But Yes, Tree Anarchy and Unlimited Tree mods, they don't play well together, and a map that's built with one doesn't necessarily work with the other, so it's not really an opt-in or an opt-out. I think if you make a map without either, I don't think it matters. But then if you make a map without either, then you're not going to have a huge number of trees anyway, and you'd be choosing to add the mod just to make a whole bunch of extra trees. Next intersection here, and we'll be heading up towards the top of the map. So I do not know. I literally do not know. I've eliminated the unlimited tree mod. But all my other settings are as normal. As normal. If tomorrow's map review is normal, I've changed nothing. I'll be recording that one tomorrow. I'll be changing nothing. There's no reason for me to. So Uncle Ron, I feel really guilty about this one, but the option is record the show as is, or don't put out a show. So I've got to show it as I find it, I've got to report it as I find it, and I've got to tell people, make your own minds up. If you think it's almost definitely a mod setting, but it's not one that I've changed. It's a mod setting which is incompatible with every other map that we've reviewed lately. Although Domi was saying in their last map review that they were missing some trees as well. So it's possibly a mod setting, as Domi has checked this map, that both Domi and Uncle Ron have, and BonBon doesn't. I don't know what it is. I'm clueless. Because it's just beyond me. I don't know. I do not know. If you've got any ideas and suggestions, please let me know in the comments, because I don't always answer the comments because I've got a million zillion other things to do. I don't always click like to say that I've read the comment because I've got a million zillion things to do, but I do at least eyeball read them all, if only just to make sure that nobody's like I know, abusing my mother. That's gonna happen one day, isn't it? Hey, yo mama, yeah, leave my mama out of this one. She's a lovely lady. Anyway, so yes, the rail. Briefly talk about the rail. The rail is fine. We have got catenaries which were missing. I had to resubscribe to these ones, but that was one of the reasons why I had to reload the map. That was an issue. I don't know why they were missing. They had no reason to be missing. I was subscribed to them, so I unsubscribed, subscribed to them again, and they suddenly appeared. But all of these missing trees, and as you'll see a bit later on, oh, everybody's favourite factory, glad to see that's not missing. As you'll see a bit later on, what I think are missing props as well. It's weird. Anyway, yes, trees on the rail here. Clearly, it's an abandoned line. That is to make it very apparent that it's abandoned. Even the dirt on the tracks there make it very apparent it's abandoned, which is a nice touch. Anyway, heading off the edge of the map now, and we'll take a short intermission. We'll come right back after this repeat. Hi, BonBon here. If you're a big fan of Let's Plays but are bored with the same old cities, I can highly recommend checking out This Old Gamer, a Let's Play worth watching. Click the information button now to find out more. And I'll tell you, that city is coming on a treat. Do check them out. Right, okay, back to Oxbridge Regis by Uncle Ron and the shipping routes. We have 4 of them, and they're all short dead end ones. That one that ends up in the harbour over there. This one ends in the harbour over here, which we'll check out later. And there's one that falls short of the river there. It's all fine. No problems with that. We have an air route or 2 as well. Water flow, it's not the strongest river system, but it's going to be fine, at least to get you started until you can buy out. It does feel like a modder's map though. And it's one of these things with this map. It does feel like a modder's map, so probably less important than normal, but it's still worth talking about. Right, the map as a whole from up here looks excellent, considering it's missing 90% of its trees. And we come down the ground level. And yeah, it kind of like, this felt like the light version. And I know people are going to say, oh, maybe you got the light version open, BonBon. Like the missing, are there missing trees there? It looks almost deliberately done by the ones that are missing, seem almost by design. It's not the light version. I went into panic mode, and that was one of the reasons why I did the restart. In fact, 2 restarts. Oh, trees, hang on, let me show you the unlimited tree mod. Unlimited tree mod. There we go. 209,000 maximum tree, sorry, 2 million and whatever maximum trees. So yes, I'm all set. There should be trees. I feel bad, but again, I've got to review it as we find it. There's plenty of nice work on the map regardless, though. I like in this little elevated brickwork road here that takes us across the valley. It feels natural and normal. We have some castles. Ooh, it's a castle, number 1. This one's got a nice looking moat around it. A nice looking castle, actually, as well. And I like the way it's been worked with the cemetery actually built into the castle. That kind of feels nice as well. Not too sure about the extended water source up here, though. That doesn't quite work for me. Then the water does feed its way down from the moat, and it just dribbles its way down. I quite like it, although it looks a bit glitchy. It looks fine to me. Down to this lake down here. Not sure where the water's meant to go from this lake, though. It's being fed. Maybe it's an underground river somewhere. We have a little provincial airport. It's a tiny weeny runway. I mean, well, it's big enough landing a paper aeroplane. But it is a model game anyway, so does it matter that much? Maybe not. Intersection. I love this intersection as well. The interplay between the old national road running across it and then the highway that cuts through it. That's one of my favourite parts on the map. We have more castles, stroke stately homes. This one here with a little ornamental lake in the back. Again, that one really does feel like it's missing a lot of trees on that bit. We've got the essential lighthouse. Ah, isn't she lovely? And Rockin' and Holin'. For those playing BonBonBingo, you want to see both of those. The coast feels very south coast of England. It feels like sort of like Dorset. I like Dorset. And the harbour looks fine. Just not sure about this little artificial island. It doesn't work for me on this map. Doesn't mean that it wouldn't work on another map, but it just doesn't quite fit for the map for me. And this headland over here, beachy headland sort of thing, again, feels very Anglo, like it a lot. This I don't understand. I'm guessing this is supposed to be a nod towards the link to through the Channel Tunnel to France, but I don't get this. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I can't get my head around it. A Channel Tunnel, maybe. If it was a Channel Tunnel, I'd like to see that tunnel disappearing out to the edge of the map or just invisibly disappearing. But it actually reappears over here and it goes straight off the edge of the map there. Maybe that is meant to be a nod towards going across there. So maybe we're in Kent then. That's where we are. We're in Kent, not Dorset. Possibly. We're talking about West Sussex in a few minutes when we get to the Factoids, because Factoids, very briefly about Sussex anyway, which is between Dorset and Kent, along with Hampshire and East Sussex. Have I missed any? Hampshire, Dorset? No, I think that's it. I think we've got them all. Another lovely little road. This runs parallel with that white track as well, going up to another stately home. This is very nice. Again, probably even more nice once everything is in, where we're missing all the trees. But I like this. I like Uncle Ron. Uncle Ron, I like you. I like this. This is good. This is very nice. Classical. And then, yeah, missing props, maybe. I feel there's probably fence missing here. I mean, this little area looks very nice, but also missing decals. If I show you, they're not like massively underground. We have just the 2 decals there. Where's everything else? There's nothing else there. So I'm clueless. I don't know. It's a nice nod to a detailed area, but I just know from the screenshots there's more. Let's talk about something different for a minute. Let's have a talk about the Lighthouse Volgograd, Russia by PeterBar. Yes, it's a lighthouse in the middle of the English countryside. I don't care. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Thanks, PeterBar. quality work. Factoids, because Factoids. Regis, Latin for of the king, occurs in numerous English place names. The name usually recalls a historical ownership of lands or manors by the crown. In other places it honours royal associations rather than ownership. The Regis form was often used in the past as an alternative to kings, for example King's Bromley or King's Lynn. Now, Bognor in West Sussex had the addition of Regis in 1929 after King George V spent several months recuperating from a serious illness. Bognor Regis, also really well known for Butlins. Butlins Leisure Park. Very, very English. British, I guess. Lighthouse, Volgograd, Russia by PeterBar. Today's asset of the day. And I like it. It's very nice. Very, very nice work. But it's still a good map. It's still a good map despite everything. But what do you think of it? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Now, how you vote is completely up to you on this one. I'm going to leave it completely in your court. Do you vote on what you're seeing here, or do you vote on what you think you would see if you loaded it on your system? Listen, this is your choice, not mine. Anyway, link is in the description and the top right corner of your screen now. But what do I think of today's map? Well, aesthetically, it feels very much like the south of England. It feels nice. It feels almost deliberately light. It's kind of like the bits that are missing are deliberately left out. It's incredible. I don't believe it. I don't believe that it is deliberately left out. I believe we're missing 90% of the trees. But even so, I still think slightly above middle 3. It works, even as it is. But it's not a 4-star map as it is. Detailing, well, there's lots of good work. There's no bad work. There's lots of bits missing, and I can't put my thumb on it. I can't go to 4 stars, but I can't really knock it down to 2. Let's go middle 3 for safety and for security. In terms of gameplay potential, this would be a tough one to rate, but because it was broken with Tree Anarchy, I'm going to give it 1 star. Needs the unlimited tree mod, and Anarchy is listed, not the unlimited tree mod. Anyway, Oxbridge Regis by Uncle Ron. I feel so guilty reviewing that. That does not deserve a review. What that deserves is me going back to Uncle Ron going, I can't get it to work. Can you help me to get it to... But I've got no time. It's this or no show. So, I'm going to have to face the music. And if you're still here, you're part of the 20 That Elite. Use the word of the day in the comments. Score yourself some population points just for fun. And join me tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series. And we'll see if that's missing all of its trees as well. I promise you, I won't touch those settings.